Hey, and welcome to Jack's Top 10. We are here with yet another interesting and dare I say emotional video for you. We'll be talking about the moments when football made us cry. Emotions boiling over are sometimes unavoidable in football, considering the immense pressure on players and coaches alike. Good or bad, stress is part of the package for everyone. But on the rare occasion, players cannot contain the tears following some extreme circumstances. The most common ones are winning a piece of silverware or perhaps mounting an unlikely comeback. After all, there is nothing like winning a game that even your fans gave up on. Football has its fair share of celebrations and tragedies. There can be no doubt fans are emotionally connected with their team. They passionately root for them and engage in absurd traditions to boost team spirit. The sport has its highs and lows. Hey, it can even make grown men cry like babies when their team loses. Some losses are devastating for the players and fans to bear, and they are often reduced to tears. So with that lovely preamble out of the way, it's time for some of the memorable emotional moments in football history that will surely hit you in the feels. Liverpool's hope for a sixth European Cup was dashed 30 minutes into the 2018 Champions League final when Mo Salah fell, injuring his shoulder badly. The fans had their hopes on Salah, and once he was injured, there was no hope left for Liverpool winning. A heartbroken Salah walked out of the pitch in tears, knowing that he had let his team and fans down. Liverpool lost the game 3-1, and to make matters worse, Salah missed the first match for the 2018 World Cup in Russia because of the injury. Now we have to face the bitter truth here. Cristiano Ronaldo is a very emotional football player, considering the amount of tears he had shed on the pitch. Along with winning trophies, dribbling, scoring and posing for the cameras, shedding tears is something he's also good at, both the good and the bad moments. He wept uncontrollably when Manchester United lost the 2005 FA Cup final. He shed happy tears when United won the 2018 UEFA Champions League by defeating Premier League rivals Chelsea. The Juventus star was also teary-eyed when he won the Ballon d'Or in 2013. The most famous of his teary moments came when he was only 19. He had just lost the 2004 European Championships to Greece. Andrea Pirlo, the architect as he was nicknamed, was one of the most talented playmakers during his generation. Though he won almost every trophy available to him at the elite level, in the 2012 edition of the tournament, Pirlo put in outstanding performances, winning 3 Man of the Match awards during Italy's run to the final. He even single-handedly dismantled England in the semi-final of the tournament. Unfortunately, in the final, where he had a chance to add silverware to his trophy cabinet, his prowess failed to help his nation's cause. That's because Italy succumbed to a 4-0 crushing defeat to the Spanish side. The episode was too emotional for Pirlo, as he wept bitterly into his hands at the final whistle. The image still haunts some of his fans to this day. Hey, who's cutting onions here? Just stop! Now what could be more emotional than the loss of a loved one? Dani Jarque, Espanyol captain and long-term friend of Andrea Iniesta, died of cardiac arrest after a pre-season training session in 2007. This was very painful, affecting the performances of Iniesta significantly during the season. 3 years later, the Spaniard scored the winning goal in a 1-0 win over the Netherlands in the 2010 FIFA World Cup final to give Spain its first ever World Cup trophy. In the frenzied celebration, Iniesta removed his shirt to display a message for his friend Jarque, which read, "Dani Jarque siempre con nosotros," meaning Dani Jarque always with us. What a great way to render a tribute. Brazilian centre-back David Luiz, crying after his nation was embarrassed at the 2014 FIFA World Cup, enters our list as one of the top emotional moments in the football world within the past few years. In fact, not many would have forgotten this recent account, as the host nation expectations were high in Brazil, where the prestigious World Tournament kicked off. By scaling through the group stage and progressing into the semi-finals convincingly, their turning point, however, came up when the Seleção faced Germany at the semi-final stage and suffered one of the worst embarrassments ever recorded in the sport. They were defeated 7-1 on their own soil, the biggest defeat the country has suffered in the history of the competition. Luiz, one of the poorest performers on the pitch that day, couldn't control his emotions and eventually gave in to tears. It's time to go back to 2008. The stage is set for Chelsea to make history by winning their maiden Champions League title. They're up against local rivals Manchester United in the final. Surely, Blues' fans had their hearts set on going home with the coveted prize. Following an intense game that ended 1-1 after 90 minutes, fans were made to wait for another half an hour in the extra time. And with no one emerging victorious, the match goes to a penalty shootout. After a few kicks had been taken, Chelsea's fate depended on captain John Terry to step up from the spot. But the defender couldn't send the ball into the back of the net as he slipped on his way to hitting the ball, sending it wide. Emotions struck Terry and he broke into tears. United ended up winning the trophy. Lionel Messi is one of the best players, if not the best player on the planet, but he has his low moments, like when he lost Copa America finals for the third. Messi was inconsolable as he left the field in tears. His fitness coach Elvio Paulo Rosso later revealed that at 2 in the morning he went to the storeroom and found Leo Messi completely alone, crying like a kid who lost his mother. There, Messi. Francesco Totti's retirement was an emotional affair. Having played for Roma for 24 years, since the age of 16, a tearful Totti read his speech as his teammates and the entire stadium could not hold back tears. Totti had become synonymous with Roma after spending his entire football career with the same team. Luckily, he became a director with the same club later on. In November last year, before Napoli's game against Roma, their captain Lorenzo Insigne went on a lap of the Stadio San Paolo. He placed bouquets of flowers beneath the empty stands behind each goal. From one end hung a banner prepared by fans addressed to legend Diego Maradona. "Your death comes as a blow to the chest," it read. "A pain in the heart. Naples swears you eternal love." Those words were accompanied by a giant photograph of the late number 10 beaming in his Napoli shirt. At the far end hung another graphic of Maradona's face adorned simply by the words, "The King." A moment of silence was observed before kickoff. Napoli were playing in a special blue and white striped kit designed to pay homage to Maradona's Argentina. Earlier in the day, the mayor of Naples had confirmed that this stadium will be renamed after the player. Here was a city in mourning, struggling to find the right way to say farewell to a footballer who felt more like a family member. For 4 days, fans had come to light a candle and say a prayer before the famous mural of Maradona in Via Emanuele de Dio. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload our next video. Your valuable suggestions are very important to us, so do post them in the comment section.